We are just replaying yesterday's events because yesterday really came off the handle. You can see I have several orders that just closed. All this morning, we had 3 orders closed this morning. Negative 75, negative 75. I mean 175, negative 175, and 1 closed in profit. So last night before I went to bed, we were up $2,000. So that was almost had doubled my account. Now remember, this is the demo account. So it's not real money. This is just building skill, learning technique, and understanding the market. Also, this is not financial advice. I am a novice trader. This is something I'm doing for fun right now until I can get good enough to make it a profession. And even then, I probably will stop doing these lives. But right now, this is just something fun for me to do. That being said, let's get back to it. We're still $1,500, so that's not bad at all. We're still up $500 since we started this account on the 29th of last month, which is roughly a week ago. I think actually it's a week ago today. So we've made a nice chunk of change since we opened this. And what happened last night, I was in profit. These orders, I think, let's see. So we were right over here. Let me adjust this. We opened these orders, and then last night we were in profit, and I was going to close them, but I didn't. I went to bed instead because I was tired. So tired. I can't even remember most of what happened. I mean, that's basically all I do is just trade and sleep, trade and sleep, trade, train and sleep, trade, train and sleep. And so didn't close it up here, even though it was like $200. Actually, no, that must have been more than $200 because that would have brought us up. That was like $250 each. These trades here totaled excuse me, at least $250 each to bring us up to like 2,000. And then of course price came down. I woke up this morning and price had dropped, and I was like, oh man. But I was so tired I didn't even get up. The alarm went off. I remember looking at my phone and seeing this when the alarm went off. And I laid there for a while and I was thinking about my decisions not to close up here. And I must have fallen back to sleep because I woke up again and it was like 9 o'clock. And this move had already happened, and now we were somewhere in this move. And I didn't close. And I was just sleeping. And I slept through all this. And then when I woke up at 1 o'clock this afternoon, these had stopped out. It had hit my stop loss. One thing we were working on doing last night, working on closing orders before they get to stop loss. So in practice, works great. But IRL, not always good. So there's that. That's what we're dealing with. So I'm kind of replaying today again just to see where I went wrong. I mean, I know where I went wrong. Obviously, I went to sleep with those trades and I didn't close the trades when I should have closed. So this is kind of what we're looking at. I'm kind of saying, okay, price is going to go up and then it's going to go down. And I've already drawn the second zone, the second range. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. So price is eventually going to get to there. So, I mean, obviously we know what's going to happen. We know the outcome. And some people might even say, well, what are you practicing on this for? You already know what's going to happen. You already know how to play it out. And it's like, yeah, of course I already know, but I just need to run through the motion. You think when like football stars or baseball sports stars, you don't think they run through plays over and over again in their head to fully understand what happened or what they're going to do or what they need to do? And even when they mess up, they probably do the same thing. You don't think artists do the same thing when they're trying to draw something? They draw it over and over and over again. When they already have it, do you think they just stop? No. You keep at it. You keep practicing, and then you rehearse, and then you replay. Even if you already know the outcome, you can replay it in the way what I would have done. So this is what I would have done. And that's what we're doing here. And this is going to help us become better at trading. I mean, this is that Musashi Miyamoto saying, when you see the way broadly, or when you know the way broadly, you see it in everything. And that's what this is. I see the way broadly now, and I'm just using it to guide me to become a better trader. I know how to study. I know how it works. And I just have to apply what I'm learning. Even if that means repetition. Even if it means replaying the mistakes. I even heard that works for like for, let's just say, anxiety or PTSD or any kind of emotional disturbances that you may face. You replay the incidences. You replay the memories in your head, but you change the outcome. You kind of rewrite history. You rewire your brain that way. So this is essentially what I'm doing, is rewiring my brain. All right. And I've actually been doing that a lot with like a lot of my memories from high school, because I can't stand myself in high school. And I tell my kids this, I was loud and obnoxious and a jerk, and I thought I was so real, but I was just miserable, and I made everybody around me miserable. And I don't know how my wife fell in love with me at that age. So I didn't even love myself, but I'm glad she did, because she changed my world. So let's get started. Okay, so London has opened, and we're building a range. We can't really tell if it's going up. And obviously, let's get rid of this. We don't need this. This is obvious. We're just going to see when was the perfect moment to get in for a sell, because I was buying. This was my whole plan was to buy, because I was certain that the price was going to come back at least up to this area and then come down, like somewhere between here. This is the range I was banking on. So I was expecting price to come up here, so we were at the bottom, and I was like, let's buy, and then we'll close up here. And that didn't happen. So I kept waiting for the opportunity to buy. So now it looks like price is going down. We got a lower low, lower high, lower low, and a lower high building. So I think what happened was, just like last night when we were running through it, we're in seller's territory right now. So we shouldn't be trying to buy. We should be trying to look for opportunities to sell. So this is an opportunity to sell right here. Let me make that bigger so we can see. This is an opportunity to sell. This is an, okay, opportunity to sell right here. Another opportunity to sell. right here. And then another opportunity to sell right here. And then of course all these little bumps are opportunities. These are the big opportunities though. What makes these opportunities is you can see that these are at the height. So you can catch this and then just ride it all the way down, which is about, all the way down, we're looking at 65 pips. So if you would have caught it here and then just held right here, it would have almost come back, but now you would have been good. In fact, you could have opened here, add here, add here, add at any one of these, and then just ride it all the way down 65 pips. Solid selling. So that's where we went wrong, was we were going against the grain, and we even discussed that on a couple streams ago when I was, why do I go against the grain? What is it in my brain that misfires and says, here you go, there is a opportunity to go against the grain? And I blame Bad Religion. Bad Religion with their song Against the Grain. Ugh. Anyway, so here we are. Price is coming down. Let's put in a sell here. Let's put in our... Oh, another thing, I can tell you another place that I went wrong. I wasn't scalping. I was trying to swing trade. And that also messed me up. So instead of going for the 3 pips, I was going for like 30 pips. So there's that. Take profit. Okay, so we are 150. And our stop loss is up here. So let's... opportunities to sell. We are looking for opportunities to sell. And of course, bam, there it is. Got it. So that was good. And this is what I should be doing. And I say that because eventually I'm going to become a swing trader. But that has to come with time, and that has to come with skill development. It's not something that you can just like jump into. John says something that really clicked with me when we were training, and he was telling me you have to earn the right to trade big. You have to earn the right to trade on higher time frames. So you start small and you work your way up. You can't start big and work your way anywhere. And that really really made sense when he said that to me. I was like, yeah, that does makes that, and it not only does it make sense, it makes sense for me because it fits the way I look at the world and the way I look at work and the way I look at like promotion and how a job should work. So if I'm looking at this like a job, then of course I start at the entry level, which is trading on the 1 minute time frame, and then I can work myself up to the 5 minute, and then the 1 hour, and then the 4 hour, and then the daily, and then the weekly. And of course, when you're moving up like that, you're also working with bigger numbers. So I drank all my water, of course, and I didn't bother refilling it before I started streaming, so my voice is probably going to be a little bit raspy. So we got the lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So we're going to go ahead and sell it here again. And put our take profit. Let's just make it right there. Take profit up. Stop loss is up there. Let's... All right, immediately hits. And let's keep it going. Okay, and we can see now it's kind of ranging. It's not really making any lows. This isn't lower than this. This is still lower up here. So it still looks like selling, but it's getting a little tight and price could reverse. we're still looking for opportunities to sell. And okay, so we have made a new London high. Here's the Tokyo high. And looks like London high is going to challenge the Tokyo high before we get anything big. That looks like the big move. Price came down before the open, and then as it opened, price was coming down, and then it went up. So we're looking at this, and we can see that our range is in here. We have the breakdown, the retest of the resistance, and then another retest of resistance, and then complete rejection all the way to support. And then it bounces off support. But will it hold? Will support continue to hold? That's what you have to look out for. So let's see. Oh, that would have been a good place to buy, huh? I mean, to sell. So we are coming to the middle of the London session right here. So the open is now kind of fading out. And what a great place to sell up here. Every one of these spikes you can consider an opportunity to sell. So we would have played it like this. Let's go with 1 speed. So we got price going up. So we come with our selling bias, our seller's bias. We're looking for opportunities to sell. We'll be like, okay, when we see a peak on a green candle, then we sell. Price is coming. Let's sell here. So 50, and of course up there. Let it play out. Hits. All right, fantastic. Let's look for the next opportunity. All right, this looks like it. So let's sell there. Same deal. 150. So from this line right here, this is an area of interest right here, because we got 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. If it comes here again, let's sell it. Okay, right there. Sell. 50. Stop loss way up there. And that might even scare you, that you might start getting like, oh man, what have I done? What have I done? But if you have the opportunity, which TradingView doesn't allow us, we could have had this order open and then opened another order as it's going up, because our bias is selling. So even this peak we can sell, this peak we can sell. And then you're just waiting a little bit longer. Let's speed it up a little bit. And then bam, there we go. So every peak is an opportunity to sell. Anyway, let's keep it going. So we got the, is it breaking resistance or is it bouncing? What are you going to do, price? And there it goes. It's testing support to see if it's going to become resistance. And it just can't seem to make it any higher than this area right here. So we could sell here, sell here, sell here. And now we're definitely selling everything. Slow that down. Sell that. Oop, put our take profit. And our stop loss. I wish there was an easier way to, I mean, there probably is, I just don't even know it. And we're good. Waiting for the next opportunity. Ooh, that was a good one right there. Another good one. I missed it. So here was a good one. An opportunity right here, opportunity right there that we caught, and then another one right here, and another one right here. Sometimes I'm just waiting for it to be too perfect. And we've already discussed this. I'm a perfectionist. I'm not proud of it, and I'm working on it. The other thing too is that why these are deceiving is because these are choppy small bars as opposed to all this action back here. There we go. Let's sell here. Put all of our numbers up. And that's going to be like 1750. We got New York getting ready to open up. Hit. Let's see what New York brings. All right, we're going to put our first order in the New York market. And we are going to keep a sharp eye on this because we're not sure 100% if New York is going to continue the downtrend or if there's going to be a bit of a retracement or what. And well, perfect. That worked perfectly. That couldn't have been a better trade. Now we're again looking for opportunity. Man, this must have been swinger's paradise right now. There's one right there. This one right here we could have sold. That one we could have sold. This one we can sell. Oh man, we could have missed it at the top, so we got it halfway up. And this looks like the news event from the other day. And stop loss is up there. And that is more money. Oof. So as soon as we hit profit, I'm closing because this is too crazy. This was too much volatility. I didn't like it. And we made a small profit on that one. But we could have opened sell here, opened a sell here, sold here, sold here. There's so many opportunities right here to sell. So yeah, that was that news event that shook everything up. Let's sell here. Profit at 3 pips. Stop loss at 35. And this looks too crazy for me. Okay, whew, man, that was close. We are still in seller's territory. So we are looking for the right candles to sell. So this is another thing too. If we were, if we held this trade up here, right here, we could have, and we were swingers, we could have just held on to it all the way down without closing it and just collected. And then made all these other trades as well. So this one would have stuck with us and we would have had all these other trades open too, collecting money. And this one just like holding money for us. So if we made any losses in here, this one could possibly cover any loss that we made. And this is from the top to where we're at now. That's 50 pips. And in another account that I had a trade. Let's see, I think it was up here. I had a trade up here that was holding. No, it was 35. Let's see, 10, 35. So it's about right there. And I held this trade all the way until this morning when it closed in profit, which was good. But I was hoping to hold it into next year. Like I wanted it to carry it and just push it as far as I could. And I forgot to move the take profit down further. But I had no idea price was going to go down today as far as it did. So let's just go to the end. Look at that. We made $1,300. So let's cancel that and look at today. So this is today. Or this is not today. But this is what's been happening. All right, let's look at today. So this was our market today. I thought price was going to go back up. No, this was last night in London. So in Tokyo, I was trading. We were together during this time. And then London opened and it looked like, all right, here it comes, coming back up. Let's do this. And instead of coming back up, New York opens and takes price down and just devastated a lot of stuff. I'm sure a lot of people were not expecting that. Look at this candle right here. Look at that one. So it looked like it was going to go up. The sellers were like, not today. Bam. And then again, bam. And then buyers are like, can we please? Sellers are like, nope. And right here, the buyers are really trying, but the sellers are just like, you're not going anywhere. You're spinning your wheels. You're running on grease. And then we can see that the buyers finally got a little bit of footing. And then here come the sellers. This is where we're at right now. We are looking at Tokyo almost into the London session. So it's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff. Even though I lost $500, which I never really collected, it was all just, what would you call it? It was potential gains because I didn't close them in profit. So I didn't lose anything, but I really didn't gain anything either. So that's where we are now. And so now we are looking to see what price is going to do when London opens. And it is about 12:45. So let's take a look at the chart prior to the open. So these are the support and resistance that we're at now. This is the resistance. Price broke through. It came up and tested resistance. Let me close that. So price broke down, came up to test resistance, broke down again, and the second test rejected. And that's when it came down to support. As you can see, this level here, we're kind of ranging. This is the new support level. So chances are, probabilities say price is going to go up from here. That's what we're looking at. That is what we're anticipating. Price to go up and then possibly down again. Because the sellers are strong right now. People are selling the euro. They are just trying to get rid of it. It looks like they just can't get rid of it fast enough. And I didn't even get to see the news this morning. Let's see if this is if you want to learn how to trade or you want to learn about trading. This is babypips.com learn forex, and you can it's 361 lessons, and it walks you through everything you've ever wanted to know about trading. It's pretty cool. I opened this. I started this one again so that I could walk through it. So you got, what is forex? How do you trade forex? When can you trade forex? Who trades forex? Why trade forex? Margin trading 101. Understand how your margin account works. And then the next is Forex Brokers 101. 3 types of analysis. Types of charts. And then support and resistance. Japanese candlesticks. Fibonacci. Moving averages. Popular chart indicators. And then you graduate from that and you go to middle school. Oscillators and momentum. And this is the stuff like, I don't know what this is. Oscillators and momentum indicators. I don't use any indicators. Like, this is my chart. Right? No, wait, that's not it. This right here is my chart. And I don't even have these. This is what I use, these support and resistance, for when we're doing our live. Normally, I don't got that. I'll tell you, the only thing I really use is just basic support and resistance. And the way I calculate that is daily high, daily low, and the daily close. So I'll go to the daily and I'll be like, all right, what happened today? Let's get rid of these arrows. We don't need that. So here's today's candle. Right here, this one that hasn't even finished yet. We still have 15 hours on it. And this is the daily candle that closed yesterday. So here's the high of yesterday, here's the low of yesterday, and here's the close of yesterday. So the high becomes our resistance, the low becomes our support, and this is the magnet for where price is probably going to go. High probability. So just like this one, we had the high, we had the low, and we had the close. So you see on this candle right here, price went up, but the magnet was calling to it. It was saying, nope, you're not going that high. Boom. And it created some kind of like a slingshot momentum. It pulled it up and then just pulled it back down. And then we do the same thing for this one. We got the high, we got the low, and we got the close. Where did price close? And as you can see, it almost did the same thing. It went up, the magnet pulled it down, but it didn't have enough force like this one did. So we'll see. Now, considering that that is our support and resistance, price being at the bottom of this, the odds are that it's going to go back up. It's going to try to go back up to this price. that's how I come up with support and resistance. But all this other stuff, oscillators and momentum indicators, basically just tells you when there's a lot of people in the market, and there's an easier way to figure that out, is just to know when the market opens, because here there's a lot of momentum, here there's a lot of momentum. Basically, the open of each session is where you're going to see a lot of momentum. It's not that hard. And the important chart patterns, this is probably the first thing that everybody learns, is chart patterns. And that's like, you'll be like, I don't even know, because I don't do chart patterns. Geez Louise, I can't even see anything. I can't see a single chart pattern that I could be like, oh, here's one. Here's a V formation, and I don't know what the heck that does. Here's another V formation. A V formation, from what I've learned, is basically telling you that you're wrong. That's all I know what a V formation is. It's when you think price was, excuse me, when you think price was going down and it goes the other way. Or an upside down V, when you think price is going up, but then it goes the other way. So a lot of good that does. Then there's, I guess, the bull flag, which is right here. You have the flagpole, then you have the flag up here. And this usually means that since price is going up, you got the flag, and then as soon as the flag breaks, price will continue to go up. So yeah, I can see maybe that works. But that is one messed up looking flag, right? Look at that. It's waving all over the place. So it's hard to see things, and they simplify it with these terms, but it doesn't really make trading easier, and it's not always 100%. Like, look, no, that's not a flag. Oh, here's a flag, but then that went up, and here's another flag, but then it went down. So it's really about context of where these shapes are. Another one is like head and shoulders. So here's the shoulder. Here's another shoulder, and then I don't know what the heck that means, so don't ask me. So I basically trade price action, what I'm seeing, try to figure out support and resistance, where we come from and where we're going, and what is price doing right now. That's how I trade. But it's good to know these things, because it can give you some insight. Pivot points, I think, is another important one. I don't know how to use them. Here's some other crazy stuff. Heikin-Ashi candles, the Elliott wave theory, harmonic price patterns. And I haven't done, I think that the farthest I've got was kindergarten. That's about it. Because then I bought a course, and I started using that instead. But I mean, really, for everything you want to know about trading, babypips.com, their Learn Forex section will tell you everything for free. And this is everything that anybody is putting out there in courses or systems. Here's another thing, risk management. That's one of the most important things that you need to learn. For us, it's closing a trade before it gets to 35 pips. So let's see. Oh, it's about to be 1 o'clock. So let's put some orders in, yeah? What do we got? We're on the 5-minute chart right now, so let's go down to the 1 minute. What is price doing? Price looks like it's selling before the I think Frankfurt opens right now. It's going to open next. Frankfurt opens before the London session. So there's a little bit of a reverse price action that always happens. Well, I wouldn't say always. It's kind of more often than not. When Frankfurt opens, then whatever they're doing will be gearing for the London market. So they might start selling when people are anticipating a buy. So they'll bring price down, and then when London opens, everyone will start buying. Or vice versa. So let's look at the chart first just to make sure. Let's analyze this. Probably could have left all that stuff there. How do we have it? I want to see. We had the support and resistance kind of like this. And then I think we looked at it on the 4-hour chart. Yeah, that's right. We looked at it on the 4-hour chart. And then we had like support right there. So the reason I put resistance right here was because price came up and it didn't get very high and immediately just rejected at the peak here. So I'm not going to put price up here. I'm not going to put resistance up here. I'm going to put the resistance right there. Because this was, you see this line right here. It went up and then it came back to this zone. And then from this zone it went up, came down, went up again, and then came down. And then it keeps touching this area right here. So that's why this is the resistance point. This is a fake breakout. And then of course we have here all these, there's this line right here where it seems like price just can't seem to break. So this looks like it might be a range building right here. And we should check the news. Let's see, does Baby Pips give us the news? Where is the news? Calendar, here we go. So you want to go to calendar, and it tells you news for certain stuff. But we want news for filters. We want USD, and we want the euro. So now it's only gonna tell us USD and euro news. So it would have been the 5th yesterday. So here we got French industrial production month over month, medium. The previous was negative 0.6 and this time it was negative 0.3. So it got a little better. Let's see what made the dollar so desirable. We have high impact. The JOLTS job openings. I have no idea what the heck that means. We have the ISM. No, the PMI. I hear a lot about the PMI being important. So they were expecting 51.5 and it was 52.7. And that is much better than the previous. So this could have been something. But when you see the price get all crazy, where was it? Like this right here, and even this right here, and this right here, that's from news events. And this is what drives all that volatility. And so tomorrow, we'll be dealing with quite a bit of news. Whoa, that is a lot of news. Let's see, so I'll start trading at 8:30 so I don't have to worry about that because there's no news at 8:30. Most of the time the news comes out 7:30 or before. And the stuff that's really going to make waves is this high impact stuff. We could probably get rid of all the low impact. Low impact doesn't tend to make a lot of noise. And seeing that gets rid of a lot of the static. So we had 2 high impacts. It seems like. Set a reminder, I guess. Oh, details. Cool. Let's look at the details. Let's see what the usual effect is. Or actually, let's just jump down to why traders care. Provides insights into the health of the US labor market and the broader economy. A high level of job openings can be a sign of economic growth and may boost investor confidence, while a low level of job openings can be a sign of economic weakness and may lead to market volatility. Oh, there you go. So there's that. Well, let's see what the PMI is. Why traders care. PMI. ISM Services PMI stands for Institute of... oh, I don't like that voice. It's obnoxious. ISM Services, PMI, stands for the Institute for Supply Management Services Purchasing Managers Index. It measures the level of activity and growth in the U.S. non-manufacturing sector, which includes... Whoa. Hold on. Price is moving. And it is not going in the direction I anticipated. Oh, okay, so it's going down here. So I'm going to go in with a buy. You know what? We're buying and we're taking it back up to support. So let me see if there was a news release. Okay, so this comes out. I mean, this should be out already. I don't know why it's not showing. All right, so I went in. We put in a buy order because we're expecting price to go up to resistance from where we were. And resistance would have been right about, what did we see? It was in the 4-hour chart. Ugh. I do not know how to get rid of all of it. I think it was the 1-hour chart, wasn't it? Okay, yeah, it was the 1-hour chart. No, it was the 4-hour chart. This is just clouding up everything, and I don't know how to get rid of those things. We're just going to have to do our best, because that will be the best that we can do. So it's right here. Okay, and then resistance, support is right there. All right, so let's go back to the 1-minute chart. So that is support right here. Let's make that green like our other chart. Forest green, cool. And then we will make this red like our other chart. Crimson. So it looked good for a minute, and then it looked bad for a minute. Maybe we should just stick with scalping. 30 points. All right. So we're just going to stick with our scalping for now. We're not going to try to do any swing trading because we have more success with scalping. So now we are trading real time. And already I can tell you we are going against what we have learned, because we're in a seller's market, right? In a seller's market. We sell the green candles. We had a green candle right here. And what did I do? I bought like an idiot. I learned nothing. It looks like I haven't. It's like I learned nothing. Because if I would have sold this candle, we would have been in the money right here with these two moves. Instead, we bought. Jeez Louise. It's a good thing the music is rocking because I'm not feeling too good about this. The only thing that's like giving me hope is the fact that we are so close to support that there are good odds that this is going to come back up. Remember, the other thing we're trying to work on is closing a trade if it gets too bad. Go back to the 1 minute chart. We got this, and I mean, it's good that we have this hold here. That we got this tiny range building because it means that the sellers are having a hard time pushing price down, and every time they push it down, the buyers push it up. Buyers push it up. You can see the sellers are pushing real hard. It was like the other night when we were watching the play-by-play. You're like, ooh, the sellers are coming back with the right hook, and they're pushing, but the buyers are standing their ground. Here they come. Here come the buyers with the combo, right left, and it's a heavy hit. Sellers are trying to, but not making any headway. Buyers keep stepping in, and oh, so close, almost got him out, and knockout, right hook straight to the glass jaw. We got one closed. So aim is that it's going to come back up to here. But I'm kind of hesitant to put in any more orders. Here's another problem too, is I'm looking for direction, and I'm looking for a reason to buy. So this is something that a lot of new traders try to do, is like, okay, well, let me see if I can see any reason to buy on the higher time frames. And so you'll start looking, okay, and I mean, it's obviously a sell, and then you go back down and you're like, well, it gets confusing the lower you get, because you have this right here, you have these. If we took this area right here and just focused on that, you would think it's a buy. You would go down to the 5 minute and be like, it's totally a buy. Look, you start buying here, you buy here, you buy here, and you're golden. But it's just a retracement. So you could also sell here, sell here, sell here, and then collect when it comes back down. The problem is you don't always know the future. So it doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at for, like, if you're looking at a 4-hour time frame to tell you what to do. The only guide you have is what happened before, what happened here, or what happened here, or what happened here. And these areas become support and resistance. just like that. But it doesn't tell you 100% where price is going. You have to be able to navigate that yourself. And just based on history, my own personal history too, is sell the green candles. So let's go back to our, look at that. If I would have sold up here, this one would have been good. We would have closed it already. I think I'm going to go in with bigger size just for the fun of it. Until we know for sure that the buyers are back, this was probably luck. See, I am seeing, so this is when it comes to patterns too, there will be patterns that you recognize, like patterns that speak to you, patterns that call to you. And that kind of happens naturally. So they'll have all the books and stuff and patterns that you should remember. But the more you trade and the more you're in the market and you're not really looking for patterns, patterns will start to come out. So like I was going to buy here because I see this N pattern all the time where price goes up and then it comes down and it creates like an N. And then of course we have this skyrocket. So I mean, I'd even put confident enough to put the buy right there. Because I have seen this pattern so many times. And every time I see this pattern, it speaks to me. And it's funny because there's also a reverse pattern like this, where if price is coming down and then it has two green bars and then bam, like right here, see right there, it's coming down, price goes up 2 bars and then it's a reverse N. So here we have the regular N and then here we have the reverse N pattern. But of course, not always 100% accurate. You have the reverse N happening here and then it just ranges and then price comes up a little bit and then we have the real reverse N before price drops. Let's see where else. Oops, no, this one. So here's another reverse N as price is coming down and this is a sign to sell. And then here we have several N's, several normal N's. We have an N right here, an N right here, and here's a good one. Price goes up, price comes down, price goes up. Price goes up, price comes down, price goes up. So these are things that you start to pick up on. And I didn't even recognize this pattern. And then I was doing the Jasper Forex trading. I was doing a session with him and looking through all of their videos and advice and stuff. And one of them was like, look for the reverse, was a 3-bar reversal. And so I was like, oh, is that what I've been trading? A 3-bar reversal? I mean, I've been seeing this everywhere. I didn't know it had a name. I kind of was just like, oh, this looks like something that constantly works for me. So we have the reverse N right here. We have a regular N, and then we have the end kind of forming right here. Is it gonna continue, or is this gonna reverse? Be interesting to see. I mean, we are trading with bigger size right now. $10 per pip at the moment. So if price reverses against us, that's gonna be really, really expensive. Okay, 13 seconds. Let's see what it does. Almost got your hopes up, right? That bar just went up real fast and then it stopped. Also, like what I was talking about too in TradingView, this app right here, when we're trying to do the replay and I want to open multiple orders, so I'll put a buy in. Buy? Come on, let me put a buy. Why is it not working? Alright, so let's try that. What? Alright, I don't know what that is. Let's just close these. Okay. Let's price go. Alright, let's say we want to put a buy. And then if price goes, I want to put another buy. It just combines these two orders and averages them out. So it gives us the middle of this order and the middle of this order. Right there. That's where the price moves to. And then if I wanted to open another order, it doesn't open another order. It just adds to our current order. And that goes into the middle. But on our broker, we can usually, and not usually, we can add a completely new order. So we have this first order right here that we opened at 78.59. Let's say I want to open another order right here. So now we have two orders open, one at 78.59 and one at 78.63. So that is nice. So you can have, you can buy when we were selling at multiple points on here on TradingView. I had to close the orders before I could open another one. But on MetaTrader, and depending on your broker, we can open several orders, or as many as we want pretty much, as long as our account will allow it. And then you can order, like if I wanted to open an order for a buy, I can open one for a buy, and then if I wanted to open for a sell, I can open a sell order. Which is nice. I never use it. And people do that for hedging. I'm not too good at the whole hedging thing. I just kind of pick a side and stick with it. So now we have two orders right here, and we are in, one order is at $10, $9, and one order is at $5. And it is very slow right now. So we went with the buy bias, and looks like we were right. Could have opened an order right here. So I'm going to say we are buying red candles, but in this case we are buying black candles. And we are headed towards our support. So this could have been like a fake breakout. Or I could just retest this and then really come down for the crash. We could be waiting for this support to become resistance. You can see that right here. So price, you can see right here, it's support and price is bouncing off support, and then it breaks below support and it hits support. At this point, price or support is resistance. So it breaks below support and then resists at what used to be support. So this right here will tell us if it hits here and then rejects, this is the new resistance. 79.17 is the new resistance. But if it comes up to resistance and then breaks through, then support remains support I hope that wasn't too confusing because it was confusing for me to say. And of course we are so close. Look at that. Look how close we came. So let's open another order just for the fun of it. Just to show you. So now we have 3 orders open. And one is 6, one is 14, one is 19. I mean, we could even close this, any of them we wanted to. Or we could just let them collect money. Now we are in the red. But I mean, it's slowly going up. Maybe I should have closed. No. Also, we are using bigger size. We went in with a 1 standard lot, which is 100,000 units. And you can see here that our margin level is really, really low. It's 200%. And the more orders we open, the lower this number is going to go. So let me show you, let's open one more just to show you how far we are pushing it. We got one more order in. That number is now 170. Our margin is 170. And the closer we get to 100%, the worse it's going to be for us. So this shows our balance. We have $1,518. Our equity, $1,456. And then this is our margin. The money that we have used in these trades is $862. And then free margin, this is margin that we can still use to trade with, is $593. So the equity is everything, is our balance plus our profit or loss. So if we have profit, then our equity would be high. But since we have a balance of negative 62, our equity is lower than our balance. You have to keep an eye on all this. Man, how did we get so far? So if I would close all of these orders right now, our equity would become our balance. Look at the higher time frame to see what is going on. You have kind of a I mean, this really isn't telling me anything at all. Ooh, that doesn't look good. That is that reverse N. We have a reverse N right there. And then it comes down and we have a reverse N right there. So that's not good news for me. Look at that, we're already $120 in. So I'm gonna just close all of these. Because we probably should have sold the green candles. We could have sold here, sold here, sold here, and collected on the way down. Mind you, this is a demo account, so I'm not worried about doing that. In fact, this is what we were working on last night, was getting better at closing losing trades. And all these were way off. So we're going to wait and see what exactly is happening. Because we could be looking at high, low, lower high, lower low, and then another lower high and another lower low. And what could be happening is sellers are pushing price down right before London opens so that the buying can start. Please don't tell me that price is now going to go up. Yeah, that happens. Happens a lot. You know what, we were selling, so I'm going to sell. That's what we were doing. So now we have one order in, and let's look at our margin level is 600, and our free margin is 1100, and our equity is 1300, and our balance is 13. I think I should be more accurate with these numbers. All right, our margin level 641. Our free margin, this is the money that we can still trade with, is $1,173. Our margin, this is what we have tied up in this trade here, $215.69. So that leaves us with $1,300 and about $90, 80 now. And our balance is $1,388.42. What I like to see. All right, let's check the 5 minute and see if we're still on this. Really not telling me anything. I usually don't trade in this area, like real trade. I wait for London to open, which is going to be in 30 more minutes. Because there's absolutely no volatility right now. Man, at least the music's kicking, right? Man, I think I'm just going to close this order and call it a night. I got a very important mentoring session tomorrow, and I gotta be ready for that. I just remembered that it's happening tomorrow. It's gonna be Louise Nonwheeler, a trading psychologist and hypnotherapist, is speaking with the group. So, I mean, it should be exciting. And judging from what happened last night to where I was having a hard time sleeping, and then this morning where I had a hard time waking up, I really don't want to miss this. So I might just close this trade and call it a night. I wish I had more to talk about, but I mean, like, there is no volatility, no action, no volume right now. It's very, very calm the market is at the moment. Oh, we got something. Something's happening. Yeah, I think I'm just going to close it. So this is what many people would call a double top right here, where it comes up and then rejects, and then it comes up again, and probabilities could reject. But at this point, you never know. The pattern is always evident when it's finished, and it's really hard to see when you're trading it live, which is the problem I have with patterns and how you can't really ever trade patterns. You can't rely 100%, even 50% on patterns. You have to have a lot more going. So for me, it just seems like you find the patterns that speak to you. Like, there's a pattern you'll notice time and time again, like the whole N pattern, the reverse N pattern, and then the regular N pattern. That's kind of, it just spoke to me. It was just something that I noticed consistently, constantly. And I'm assuming that's just how it is with every trader. There's just some things that you see and you gravitate towards. This is one of my favorite jams right here. Been really quiet in the chat lately. I mean, not like with real chatters, but with like the bots and stuff. Really interesting. There has to be a way that you can tell when something is a bot or not. And it only comes from Twitch. I don't get any bots on YouTube. which is another interesting thing. And it's always the same artist trying to sell their stuff. And it's the same template over and over again. Hey, I'm an artist. Would you mind looking at my work? And then I'll be like, sure. Give me your Discord. And I'll be like, no. Why don't you give me your website? It's so weird. I mean, like, that's still so bizarre. It's so... I don't get it. I mean, I must be old-fashioned if that's how people are doing things now. Where they ask for your information. Like, it's like, no, you give me your... What is your website? Give you my website. Why don't I just... It just doesn't make any sense. Please, somebody enlighten me. What the heck is going on? It just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. I don't understand it. If you are trying to show that you're an artist, show me your website. Good grief. Good grief, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense to me. That is a terrible way to do business. Like, you're expecting something without showing your talent or your skill or your ability. That would be like me wanting to trade people's money. Hey, let me trade your money for you. What's your Discord so that I could send you a Bitcoin address, or I can send you a bank account where you can send your money to? Like, that's ridiculous. Nobody's going to just give me money that way. I have to show them reports or history or something in order for them to be like, okay, you seem like a good enough person to invest my money. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this because it looks like bad news. And I'm going to say that does it for us today. I'm going to go take a shower and I'm going to go to bed. I'm not even going to trade London tonight. I'm too tired. And I got to be up for that thing tomorrow, so... I did start a little late, so that's my bad. But it's gonna be a crazy week for me, at least. I didn't even get to stream Minecraft this morning because I didn't even wake up this morning. I didn't wake up till, like, I didn't fully wake up until 1 o'clock. I woke up and saw the hot mess that the market was this morning for me, and then I was like, oh, going back to bed. And then I went back to bed. But yeah, viewer in the back, you already know. Thank you so much for hanging around with me and indulging in this this exciting venture that we're on, because you'll benefit from it too. You know, once the money starts rolling in, you'll be part of it. You know what they say: rising tide raises all ships, and you're part of this tide, friend. So you just hang in there. We'll get there. Life is going to be so much better in 2024. I mean, it might even be better by the end of this month. But so thanks so much for sticking around, and of course, always remember, always etch this in your mind. You can't help but to etch it in your mind. You know why? Because neurons that fire together wire together. So I will see you next time. I think I closed it too soon, huh? Yeah, that's the way it goes. My eyes are itching.